that Solace would know because you were sharing your Enchanted Cauldron experience, that Gonsdor was taught or learned the knowledge of casting Paralysis Bolt, Love Charm,
So
Those
be
two
careful.
used together, by
That's
the way.
a good one.
Extinguish Fires, Heal Burns, Telekinesis,
Wow.
what was the other one?
Was one I already knew.
Well, yeah, but there should still be one other one.
Mute.
Mute, okay, yep. And then he was disappointed when he was taught another one.
Oh, gotcha. So maybe I just need to be careful when Gonstor offers me anything to drink.
Here, take this. Nothing in it.
It's fine. Yeah, because of the sheer amount of food we have to carry sometimes, I thought the create bread and milk might be handy.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gonsdor or Jason, you can figure out what he is taking, but the characters for tonight are Solace, you, Rexius, Triad, Cassius, and Colmain. We're back in Thunderspire. You, the a mixed group. Some of those who you know, other ones that you don't know. Come back into the leave Fallcrest, go back to the 7-pillared hall.
So when I meet back up with you, because I don't know if anybody's ever paid you.
Well,
I will
you paid before you left. It's just
Okay.
unknown. I wasn't gonna. I mean, last session was very short as it was, but I wasn't just gonna at the very beginning saying, "Okay, Bauer didn't show up. We're
Right.
not having a session."
My recommendation is that each person that isn't you give him 5 solidi.
Okay. I can do that.
So
That
that
sounds
should
fair.
be
From
you getting 25 solidi.
And that would be from the characters that were there last adventure or 2 adventures.
Right.
Okay.
So that would have been Solace, Sir Emery, Gonsdor, Cassius, and Colmain.
Okay, I've marked off the 5 for my character sheet.
So you should all
So
be back.
you should gain 25.
Actually, let me get characters that are actually here. Characters that aren't.
So we're subtracting off 5 solidi.
Correct. Oh, Lehman, I never rolled my MP.
Okay. Want to roll that?
Hit points or shock points or
Shock point.
yeah, that's about right.
Okay.
Bless you. Pretty sure I did all the skills. I just didn't do those two.
Okay. Everybody should be now 7-pillared hall. And
Man, this place is awesome.
what?
You guys were right. This place is awesome, man.
Oh, yes.
I don't see anything. I'm gonna refresh, I guess.
Not bad. Is it like this whole thing is underground?
All right, I see it now. Yeah.
So who's speaking?
Righteous.
That would be Rexius.
Rexius. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, sorry, man. My portrait's all covered up by my enormous bands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone is.
They're pretty righteous.
Yeah, did something change? Did the bars change?
Yeah.
No, to get the scale properly, I had to decrease the token size by half,
Oh,
but
Oh.
there it does not decrease the bar width.
gotcha.
So I didn't really notice it until I was putting tokens onto the scene that I set up. So I might have it so that they only appear on a hover over.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I mean, one of these looks right, so I don't understand. Just something I'm not going to deal with. I just
So
noticed it.
who's Rexius?
You don't know me, man? I can't believe you haven't come to hear one of my jam sessions back at the town.
In what town? I live in a hole underground.
Yeah, this is his home. He hasn't been to Fall Crest to my knowledge.
Oh, well, I mean, just because you will know me pretty soon, man, because clearly I got to do some jam sessions.
Well, yeah, but that's why I'm asking. Who are you?
I got the gas
see
loot here.
For the bars. And I ain't even been into the bars.
I'll play some music I'll play some music on his sick ass loot. I believe I call it that.
The loot starts coughing.
So in real life, what race is Rexius?
Sorry, it's a sweet mandolin.
I think he's a tiefling.
He's a
He is in fact a tiefling.
Toifling.
Okay.
That word I never know how to pronounce.
Yeah, so there is you, who is a felin that looks like a panther, a black panther. There is Solace and Rexius, Toiflings. There is Triad, who is a a squire who is trying to find Sir Emery.
Oh, yeah, just missed him.
And what is his
I've been looking for that dude too. I'm pretty sure we could write some cool ass stories about him.
We gotta get together and do that, man.
Exactly.
Sir Emery's so powerful and so awesome.
Yeah, and I hear he's really metal.
He may well be, but what the hell is your race?
What is a triad?
Yeah. Is Triad's his name? Triad's his race? What
Triad
is
is his name.
It's his
Tri-
name.
yeah,
He is a
Fallen.
it? Okay.
Try a job.
And then
And what's Grubble?
Cassius and Colmain.
Mhm.
And what is a Grubble?
Grubble is a kobold.
Kobold, he was the one who you found alive, and he is coming back.
Okay.
Alor wanted to, but Alor is kind of the worried dad at home who all of his kids left, and he wants to go out and try to find them, but they scattered in different directions, so he's staying at home in case they come back. That type of sentiment. But Grubble is going out. Grubble does give you a 1 ounce gold coin worth 200 solidi because you were one of the ones who helped that Alor gave Grubble give. And that is the character you, not plural.
Okay.
Trying to mess up his stories just like he did mine.
It's second
All with
nature.
all with grammar.
Or maybe it's just first nature.
So you are going back basically to find out who had, or some of the stuff going on that is kind of weird, that they try to ambush and kill you. You found that they had sent the bodies, whether living or dead, back to Hyenid, known as the Hyenid group known as the Blackfangs, and you are going on another mission for other stuff, another chance at money, items, or spells.
Fame and fortune.
And Colmain and Cassius also came to pick up weapons.
Yeah.
Let's see. I was going to say I found out, but I can't. My picture. Oh well. If you go, everybody's name is like on a list in the lower left-hand corner.
Uh-huh.
If you right-click on it, there might be one that's possibly, I don't know if I'm the only one that can do it, but I think you can do it. There's one that should say like user configuration or something.
Right on.
Yes.
If you click that, then it should you should get a little pop-up that has like your character icon, token icon.
Mhm. Yeah.
If you're not playing that character, you can click the little no symbol, circle with a line through it, and then you can choose your current character.
Okay.
It says release character.
Yeah, release character, and then you choose your new character.
Okay.
After a year of playing Foundry, I learned this last week in Torg.
Yeah. Go figure.
So, again, these are characters that if everybody shows up, we will do this. Otherwise, we will do other little scenes, but this is a longer plot. I will say it is very, well, it's not, I don't want to say it's meant. I expect, and my expectations can be completely changed. So, but I expect this to be a difficult plot. But
Yeah.
there is a chance of great reward. So great
That is-
risk, great reward. So just
That
be
is very
careful.
for me, man.
Think about the first adventures we were playing when Sir Emery kept wondering why everybody was better than him. And that's
Forever continues to wonder.
like, why are all these kobolds and ogres better than me?
Oh.
Oh, and we're so lucky because we brought all our healing with us. No, we didn't.
One character can heal burns.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's not with us.
Yes.
We
True.
brought no healing here unless somebody psionically can heal people.
That's why there's great risk.
Oh,
Hey guys, guess what? I do have the medical skill again. There you go.
okay. I've got a couple healing potions. Well, I've got one healing potion that works on everyone, and a couple that just work on kobolds.
So I will say this because you got paid.
Mhm.
If you want to buy any standard things, you can.
Please define standard thing.
Weapon, normal, non-special equipment, armor, weapon.
Okay.
Because there's a lot. Well, I won't say a lot. There's people without any armor or low armor. But I know that some of these are starting characters or very novice characters.
I'll see if I can pull up the shopping list. But you know how quick my computer is today.
Yes, so I will, while you're looking through that type of stuff, I will go ahead and begin. So you meet up with you. Like I said, Grubble does pay you the gold coin, and he gets commissioned again at the request of the party to show them where you have the location of where the Hyenid Blackfang are. It's a location known as the Well of Hell.
So, Lehman,
Guys?
please give me what is the penalty for armor?
Depends on what tier you are.
Well, I was thinking light armor with an archer.
So the occupation should tell you
Okay.
in the, you look up at the PDF. I did the wrong one.
Can we just take a moment to talk about how badass, how absolutely gnarly something called the Well of Hell sounds?
I mean, they're already doing the rhyming for you.
I mean, exactly. This is a song that's going to write itself, man.
So you are tier 2. Tier 2 is you have no penalties for any light armor, and you get a -2 to your physical prowess for movement, and -40% prowl in heavy armor. So not to dodge, strike, or anything, only for you'll move about 10 feet less.
Okay. Thank you.
If you wanted to wear heavy armor, but light armor would have no penalty. Okay. And now, hopefully, people will start shifting over to the Well of Hell.
Mhm. Yep, I am loading the Well of Hell. And I have a cat that just threw up, so I will be back in a moment. Yeah.
I got some really shitty armor, but that's good on my list. That's a bummer.
Actually, you have pretty decent armor compared to everybody else.
I have
I have
no armor.
It's SDC 44. I don't see.
It's you have an armor rating of 13.
What's that?
What's our
There it is. What am I wearing? What is? It's
You are
13.
wearing chain. It looks like after the last adventure, you used your money to buy some chain.
Or I get some off of a dead guy or something.
I don't know if they had chain, but you have it, and it showed to be the full SDC.
Perfect. All right, I'll take it. That's what I saw. I could see the SDC on there. I was having trouble finding AR.
AR is on the second page,
Yeah, I see
or there's a drop down also that will have it on the first
I
page.
see it now. Just having trouble. And I didn't have it written in on my sheet of stuff.
So hopefully people, it looks like everybody is loaded into the Well of Hell. You are kind of in the top middle, but towards the right is where you can locate your character. You might not be able to see because it is dark.
well?
I can see.
I do have my headlamp.
Well, if you have a headlamp, then turn it on.
Well, dude. So
Okay, that's now.
How do I do that?
Right click your token and turn on the light.
hey, disembodied voice in the sky. Are there any like doors down this hallway, or is it just like a cave, man?
It is it's walls that you're.
Because I can see down about this far. There are no like doors or windows or anything like that.
No.
Really?
Nope, it's all underground.
Sweet.
So Colmain lights up his headlamp.
Wow, I don't even see that.
You might not be there, Jay. Oh wait, you're right, Nick. You don't see that at all.
No,
I see it, but do you have?
I'm
dark
even
vision?
zoomed out. I don't see it.
You have vision.
Oh, I had a black screen when I first came in, and Lehman transferred us to the city.
You might.
I just restarted.
You
Refresh.
Might, yeah,
Refresh.
See if that.
Okay. While that's reloading for me, I did not see the dispel magic barrier.
Oh, that might be something I got rid of.
Oh, okay.
Let me look at that list because it was very specific, and there is another lower level spell that.
Yep, I'm refreshed and back in. I can see.
Okay, so instead of dispel magic barriers, it's negate magic.
Negate magic, okay.
Whoops, I was typing when I wasn't in the field, so. And not.
Hey, you guys want me to play like a?
Level 4 negate magic.
Is that
You
what
guys
it
want
is?
me to
Yep.
play like a song for sneaking up on things or like exploring? Start doing it anyway. Playing on his sweet mandolin. Run out a few chords for the start of this song, Well of Hell.
Okay, if people want to advance, you may.
Yeah.
So, how many of you have difficulty seeing?
It all
I can
depends on the
see
location.
some.
Hey, it looks like it opens up a little bit ahead of us.
Yes, a little bit, yeah.
I do have a lamp.
Step back a little bit.
Oh, there's someone up ahead.
So you got
Oh,
to that point, so go ahead and
yes.
stop. Nobody move.
Sorry, on my back.
Now, when Rexius realized he was, that after Cassius, he was the one in front of the group, he stepped back some.
I didn't know who was front or back.
He's like, he was playing a song. We all sneak forward, and then he's like, and then he looks around and realizes he's out in front of most of the group. And he's like, whoa, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And giving.
you come up to the where there is a large square chamber. There are columns.
Oh, that's a column. Okay.
3 are near corners, and 1 is more towards the center of the room, and they rise up to the ceiling, which is about 20 feet high. Each column has the carving of a leering minotaur carved into it.
Oh boy.
People want to move again, you can move a little.
Sounds like a lot of bull to me.
Yeah. Oh
So
boy.
Cassius, give me a perception roll.
Okay. Oh, there's my perception. I think I see the columns.
The 3, well, actually the columns turn to where the minotaurs are all looking at you,
Okay.
and everybody hears this because there's no like closed door or anything, and you hear it in your mind, in your native tongue.
Oh boy.
Greetings, seekers of Abaddon's boundless glory. Those who prove unworthy of his attention shall be claimed forever as his slave. Those who prove worthy shall be granted power beyond mortal reckoning. Mask, bell, blade, and tome.
Okay. Well, I like the mask and blade parts, but
Well, I will tell you who is worthy. That's Sir Emery.
Yes, but
oh,
he's not here, so it does us no good at the moment.
Yeah. I'm afraid we may end up getting screwed on this deal.
Yeah. yeah.
I'm wearing a mask, so I must be mask.
Yeah,
I pull it.
Triad does wear a mask like all Fallen.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll have one hand on my favorite stolen sword.
I like how everybody else has moved like an inch, and you've gone like all the way into the room.
Well, you said we could move a little, so I haven't tried to go too much farther. I was trying to sort out light for everybody to make sure everybody had light when people ran off.
All right, now I'm going to be right in here.
Oh boy.
Oh, there I am.
So, Solace, were you casting spells or lighting torches or lanterns?
I lit a lantern.
Okay.
I lit a lantern.
Okay, so you have a lantern. Colmain has his little helmet thing, and I believe you had torch, correct?
I have my torch on.
Okay.
Rexius is planning on maintaining roughly this position within the group.
Yeah.
Rexius is a
You're-
lover, not a fighter.
You have armor on, and you're standing behind a man with robes. Just so you know.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he's standing behind a guy dumb enough to get up in front.
Well, I would say something, but I'm the guy who went way out in front. Nice of you guys to catch up.
Not
So,
everybody can see in the dark.
Solace, give me a perception.
All right. That always goes well.
Oh, hey guys, I think I see something down there. He's gonna play a like a musical cue, like a danger musical cue.
I see
So-
a well that I might throw that leer down.
Nobody move further.
Yep. It's like in
And-
Skyrim, where the way you know that there's bad guys near is when the music changes.
Yeah.
Rexius, roll a perception also.
Nice.
Okay. Yep. All right.
Okay. Solace, you see a large armored figure steps out from behind this column.
Ooh, barely. I barely see that.
Dull blue scales barely seen underneath a suit of black scale armor. It shambles towards you, a warhammer raised in one hand over its horned helm and a shield in the other.
Do you see that, guys? There's somebody coming our way.
And we will go to a start, and everybody can add themselves. Ish.
Wait, zombie Sauron?
That's what I
Oh.
saw.
Oh boy.
Wait a second. I think I need to mark on my sheet. He's going to be in a range stance. What do we call that stance?
Combat.
Yep, range combat general. Good. I don't feel like I have that marked on my sheet though, or my token.
And then everybody can roll initiative.
Where's initiative again?
Range.
Top,
Come on.
like 2 lines under your name.
Boom.
I had that blanked off.
Okay, so everybody choose your stance. Make sure you have a stance.
Yep.
Okay.
You.
Yes, can I see anything to target? There's my question.
You just see. Was it Solace?
Solace said that there's something approaching.
I
Okay.
can't hold my action, so I will refrain from shooting.
If you're not moving, then go ahead and end.
Hit enter. Oh, I might as well step back. Sure, why not? After all, I don't want to be like Merwin.
Oh. Wow, that I'm really zoomed out because my range is shit. Is it? Did you click next, Chris?
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. I'm not getting any kind of notification about that.
Well, yeah, because you weren't next.
Oh, it wasn't. Okay.
It
It had me next. That's why.
very long, like 20-foot long arms come down where you is and attack him.
Oh, no.
Whoa, dude!
And completely miss.
Yay.
Now, Solace.
Okay. I was like, it's not showing me anything. I always forget combat page for movement, or
That will tell you how far you on the combat page. Movement per round. Something.
oh, okay.
Movement
It's-
feet per round.
It's higher than I thought it was. Gotcha.
Movement square. Oh yeah.
Don't worry about squares. I thought I took that off of the character sheets, but possibly not.
You want me to take that off if it's on here?
Yeah, you can delete if it's square.
Okay.
I have to move. I'm still moving. Sorry, I'm scared to go places, but I'm way out of range for what I want to do.
So, Lehman, I saw some arms or tentacles come down after me.
Some really long arms.
If you look,
Okay.
I think
I look up.
if my light should be illuminating something next to you now, Chris.
Right. There it is. It's super grody, man.
So I'll have to move this after I cast. I'm casting Globe of Daylight.
Okay.
Let me see where it's gonna land first. So basically, right in front of these guys is as far as because level doesn't affect range, right?
Correct. I don't think so.
I don't see
Well,
it.
it might actually affect the radius.
Okay, let me get to the spell again. Doesn't look like it. Just looks like it's duration that gets affected.
Could you throw that in chat?
I did.
Oh, okay. It lights up a 10-foot radius per level.
Oh, okay. So, but my range is 30, which puts it right in front of these two guys here, basically. A little bit lower than that. I can't move it though. It should the square should be like right about here. Yeah. And I'm doing it at level 2.
Okay. Hold on one moment. I want to make sure you have permission.
I drag it from a thing that says Gonzor spells, so I didn't know.
Right. No, you should be an owner of that also. Why that happened?
I can move it with keys, but I don't seem to be able to drag it.
But what I will do then. At level 2.
Yes.
Okay. There you go. Globe of daylight.
It's not quite there, guys. I'll try to get the light over there. It is south, or if
And how many
Yep.
rounds?
20.
I'm gonna put 19, and we'll see if it counts down or not.
But it's like if straight ahead is south, then it is southwest of us. By a pillar.
So over here-ish.
Forget about the thing that's up north of above me.
There's also something attacking you.
Attacking me?
Everybody's like, what?
It's attacking you.
Colmain's turn.
I'm gonna step to there, and I'm gonna try and whack the arms.
Okay. Well, that hit.
Ooh, ah.
What does Triad carry? Like, is he armed with weapons?
Yes.
Does Triad use a trident?
No, that would be cool though.
You
Trying to
you
be-
smack its like arm and just yank it down from the ceiling, and it crashes.
Do I do damage, or is that?
Um,
Do you see the symbol on it?
There's a skull on it. You turned it
Oh,
into the red skull.
okay.
We're screwed now.
Way to go.
Where's Captain America?
um, okay. Well, I'm going to move this way, see if I... Aha! There it is! Oh boy. Now, I really don't want to engage that thing by myself, but what could possibly go wrong? I don't suppose there's any way I could get behind this thing.
Probably not, unless somebody else taking its attention.
Yep. Yeah. It's got all the movement in the world, but yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pop back this way. Okay, guys, I saw it. It's too big for me to go after by myself. Yeah. We'll leave that for Cousin Leroy. Oh no.
Long arms
No.
reach down, and you think it's going to hit your armor.
I'm gonna try to. Well, I've got auto dodge, so I might as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. That was going after me.
That dodges.
Yep. I should hope that dodge is If that doesn't dodge, I got problems.
So what weapons is Triad carrying?
The rapiers and small shield.
Okay.
He's got 2 rapiers, but he's currently has 1 out with the small shield.
Okay. I just wanted to know how he was fighting.
Yep.
So it is Triad's turn.
Over and attack.
Now, you being a flying creature and not Colmain, you realize that it will be harder to hit unless you fly up there. He just rolled extremely well. Bypass
Okay.
defenses completely.
Okay. So I will fly up there.
So if you, it's 20 feet high. You can't go all 20 feet because then your wings are going to be hitting the ceiling.
Heading, yeah.
But if you right click up in the upper left hand, right under the sun symbol is a little carrot pointing up. You can
Yep.
put how many feet you're flying up. It is like, it looks like it's hiding in a crevice in the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
So you are going to be, attacking its arms, but it won't be able to pull its arms completely inside because they are
Sure.
so.
Okay.
Kind of looks like some type of really long-armed orangutan or something like that.
Okay.
But
Figure 15 feet plus my arm extension and rapier length.
Yeah.
Will...
But are they tiny, or is that just because it's its arm?
No, they are small creatures.
Okay. Small creatures with like 20-foot arms, huh?
Yep. Their bodies are very
Huh.
small.
Yep.
So, wow, I have never done this. So attacks. I guess I rolled the die, right?
You
Next
roll the
to
die.
my
Yep.
for the H for hand to hand, correct? Not
Correct.
the T for thrown.
Correct.
Okay.
Unless you want to throw it.
Yeah. Oh, are you serious?
So that misses.
Yeah, it does.
Triad flies up in the air, swings, and does. He's
Bossa Emery!
he's experiencing what Sir Emery did in those early days.
Yeah.
I've read about this.
Yeah.
I've heard stories. Okay, and turn.
Right. Rexius is going to turn his crossbow to the.
Sorry. Okay.
Sorry, Rexius is going to turn his crossbow to the ceiling and scan for other things to shoot at.
So
Do we see it right there?
you see that guy, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
All right, I will attempt to shoot that guy.
So you can attempt to shoot that guy.
Shoot him down!
Yes, I believe. Double check. I think my to hit is a +0. Yep.
That misses.
Okay.
You're done. You can.
Yep.
Yep.
Turn on the zombie.
Oh, that's why it's a -1 because he skipped me 4. That's cool.
Can you see it now, Chris?
Yeah,
Grubble goes there and wails and says, "Oh, Gorath, what has become of you?"
No.
You.
And
You will shoot at the choker.
Okay.
And laughs at
That-
himself.
That misses. It seems to bounce off of hide or something.
Okay, get to the next button.
Colmain.
Take a swing at that one.
Okay. That misses. It pulls its arms up.
Oh, almost as good as the last time.
No, your last time was a crit.
Uh huh.
Cassius.
Let's see. All right. That okay. The arm's still hanging down here, and then Zombie Sauron's right in front of me.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I will take my trusty sword and take a swing at the arms.
AFK, just a second.
Come on. Okay, I clicked my macro and nothing happened. Please. Oh, that's why
You have
nothing
to
happened.
target
Yep.
in the macro.
Yep. Target that thing. All right. Okay.
Misses.
Oh boy. Just completely misses.
Yes. It just moved its arms up.
Gotcha.
If you're not flying, climbing, or shooting at the ones on the ceiling, it's going to basically require a critical hit.
Gotcha. All right. Yep. Okay. All right.
It stays there.
Oh, Zombie Sauron didn't move either?
It used all of its movement.
Okay. All right.
And okay, so we're at the end of the round. Anybody who wishes to change stances, you do that. If you want to switch weapons, you do that. And roll initiative. Well,
Oh.
roll initiative.
Yep. How I roll.
Oh, wow. That's not normal.
What, you going first?
Okay, so
Yeah.
that was at 19. We'll see if it counts. Oh, I should have. Hold on one more. I forgot to do this. I always forget what I have to. There we go. So Cassius.
Okay, since I can't hit the slinky arm, I guess I will go after Zombie Sauron. And I will take a swing at it with my favorite sword. Oh, now why is it not going? There it goes. Okay. That's acceptable.
It parries.
Oh, that's not so acceptable. Oh, not much I can do about that.
Solace.
Yep. Sorry. Movement. I'm just trying to see where I can put the light. Yeah, I can't do dragging for some reason. Weird.
Is that where you wanted it? Or you can.
Slightly higher. So the corner should be right about here.
Like that?
Yeah. Because it can only be 30 away from me.
Ah, okay.
So I'm trying to make sure I give archers a little bit more light if I can.
What is your action going to be?
So what kind of weapon is he using?
A warhammer.
If I were to cast animate object on it, would it give him penalties to use it? I don't expect it to not be usable by him, but would it just be harder?
Not really. It wouldn't.
Okay.
It's part of his aura.
Gotcha.
Kind of need to do that on something that is not part of somebody's aura.
Okay. Well then, I think that's me.
Colmain.
Crappy.
That's still going to hit armor. So go ahead and roll damage.
That should put a dent in it at least.
2 points. This guy's gonna attack Triad up in the air. That is going to hit. Do you wish to attempt to parry? Jason?
Yes, by the way.
I was muted. I didn't realize I was muted. Yes, I want to parry.
Okay. See if you can do better than Sir Emery. I'm re-listening to the old game sessions, and it was like session 8 where Sir Emery parried for the first time.
That's crazy.
Is that the short sword under the defenses, D20 defenses, where it has
Well-
P?
Or your shield if you
Oh, yeah, my shield.
probably have a higher defense with shield. I don't know for a fact, but probably. In the brackets, it should tell you
They're
what.
both 3.
Okay.
I have the shield out. Might as well use it.
That actually parried.
Oh, yeah!
Seriously? First session?
Your squire is better
His
than
very
you.
first parry? His very first
Sir
parry?
Emery taught me how to parry
Oh
from
my
all of his
god.
failures.
Unacceptable, guys.
He heard the stories and practiced. And now it's your turn.
Okay. Did the parry not use
You're a man
attack?
of arms, so you can parry without.
Oh, okay. Nice. So I
Spending an
will
attack.
attack. Back down here. There it is.
That you hit it, but it has like fur or something that you don't quite get through. You felt you were very close.
Oh, okay. Very cool. And turn.
Okay.
Parried, guys! I parried!
The zombie Sarin will attack Colmain. That's gonna bounce off your stone skin.
All right.
Rexius.
Alright, Rexius is gonna take another pot shot. Have a choker if you can. And he's gonna reload that crossbow.
And pass it to the next guy.
And
You.
I will attempt to shoot the thing up above again.
That hits.
Oh, amazing. And then it's Gubble's turn.
I'm going to step away for a moment.
Okay. He swings and misses. Oh, well, yeah, even longer. Cassius.
Let's see. Okay. I guess not. All right. Since Colmain's there,
He is facing
Okay.
Colmain,
so I will whip around behind him
along with the other kobold.
along with the other kobold, yes. I will attempt to stab him in the back.
That will do it.
Okay. And since I get crit from behind, I guess double that. And
Yep.
let's see. Hopefully, we're moving the bar on this one.
There.
Oh, wow. I'd rather hope that bar would have moved a little bit more than that.
Colmain. That's going to hit armor again. Roll damage. 4 points. And it's
Oh, I seriously rolled the minimum possible on damage.
it misses. Or it bounces off his skin again. And you.
Same thing as before. Well, not even close.
I'm feeling you, Bauer. I have not rolled like above a 2 or 3 either.
Well, I got an 11 on the last round, but back to 2.
Colmain. That is going to hit Colmain. Does Colmain wish to parry?
Yes. So, what do I do here?
Roll your parry up at the top of your combat pages. Says D20 defenses. You should have a something in a bracket with a P.
P blunt.
Blunt, probably. You barely parried. But you
All
did
right.
so. And we are at the bottom of round 2. So go ahead and if you're changing weapons or stances, do that. Otherwise, go ahead and roll for initiative.
Rolled high this time, but not that high.
uh,
Okay, everybody. Rolled. Let's see if the countdown. Not countdown. That's maybe because I didn't have it set. Oh, huh.
uh,
Okay, so Colmain. That is going to hit armor.
God.
1 point away from 3.
Oh wow.
You. That misses.
Okay.
Actually hit armor, but does not do damage to armor. And this zombie Soren is going to attack Colmain. Nope. Triad.
Yes. Will attack Choker. And misses.
Yep.
And in turn.
Rexius.
And taking a shot at that choker again.
Misses or
Zach.
hits, but no hurt.
No problem.
Solace.
We'll be casting Fear on the Choker. At level 2.
Okay. Always mess this up. This. I need like direction for these. I never.
Missed something. What happened?
I'm just really not. What I need.
Are you putting it on Triad?
Yeah.
Oh, am I? Well,
Yeah.
then I'm really not. I'm trying to remember how to make it give me the choice. You put one up there, and then
Did you usually hit control or something?
I can't remember if it's shift or control. It's just whatever I'm doing. Okay. There, it's control and left click. I keep trying to right
Yeah.
click. Okay. It has a save versus sanity.
Yeah.
It saved. all that.
All that work. I tried, guys.
I guess I should have rolled that first.
It's turn.
Back Triad. That is going to hit Triad.
I will try to parry. And then with my shield.
That does not parry.
Yeah.
Take some damage there. Cassius.
Okay. I'm still behind him, right? Since he was facing Colmain.
Correct, yes.
Okay, I'm going to take a swing at him with my sword again.
That is going to hit armor.
Okay. It's still critical since it's from behind, so however many points of armor that takes off.
3 points armor.
Okay.
Colmain. It's going to try to parry. And does not parry. So you can damage.
Booyah.
Okay.
Wow.
You
The choker is still there?
is what? Yeah, it's still
Okay.
You can finish him off, Cassius.
No, I can't. He's still there.
Yeah, unless Grubble gets him first.
Oh,
You pass it.
I'm working on it.
Okay. And, no damage. He hits with this. Anything. Colmain. Oh, can't do anything when you critically fail, even though there's no critically fails. He does it. Triad, it's your turn. I'm going to take a step away, but I'm listening.
Triad's turn? I'm not seeing that.
Yeah, it looked like intern got hit
Cassius?
twice. So,
Oh, okay.
It was next, but you had no action.
What? It shouldn't be. I already did my one turn.
Yeah, sorry.
You had none
Is it
left.
Cassius then? It looks like Cassius.
okay. Then I am
Well,
going to try to hit him in the back again. I'm assuming that's armor. Yeah. Oh wait. Okay. Well, when Lehman gets back, the attack roll, which hit armor, and the damage roll are there.
Yep, armor and a point of.
Well, remember, I'm still behind him, so it's
Art.
crit strike from behind. So that's 3 pips. Ooh. All right.
That was like
And
the same that you did last time.
Yep. All right.
Oh, it's turn.
Yep.
That will hit Colmain.
Okay. So, parry.
Harry. Yes.
You are hit. And you are wounded. So mark, press the wounded button. And we are at the bottom. So go ahead and everybody can roll initiative.
Blech.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That did not go down. I hate when these things work and all my tests
Well,
don't.
maybe click on it and click off because
Well,
it went
see,
down
I clicked it down and then it went to 16.
Right, so I'm wondering if you click on it and then click off, if it'll
Oh.
count
Maybe, I don't. Okay, so
It doesn't go down the very first round, does it?
No, but it's been we're on the 4th round now.
down. Visually,
Oh, okay.
it hasn't been going down, but as soon as he knocks it down one, it goes down.
It goes
two.
down, yeah. So
Uh,
yeah, there's some type of weird little. Oh, this one's going to crit Colmain.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you wish to spend a what do I want to say?
what do you-
Your action to dodge, to attempt the dodge.
Yes. So roll the die.
Roll the dodge. Oh.
Ooh. That's not good.
Colmain gets slammed with the hammer, and
No.
I need
No.
Cassius to make a save versus insanity.
Save versus insanity. All right, let's see. Let's see. It's been a while since I've done that. That's okay. Versus insanity.
Okay. Everybody hears a tremendous clap of thunder as the zombie Sauron hits Colmain. Colmain probably gets pushed back a little as he crumples to the ground. And you are not, even though it was loud and right next to you, you say versus the insanity, so you are not messed up for a while.
Yeah.
You're not
No.
any more messed up.
Yeah.
Solace.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me go over my list of permanent injuries. I'm already messed up.
Things have definitely taken a turn for the worse. I think I will try once more to do fear on the choker.
Okay. Now it is feared. I give it a 1. Then, okay. We'll see how that works.
So for 2 rounds, then it is slightly off and loses an attack.
That is there. And slightly off. Okay.
Oh, and I was also going to move closer to Colmain. I don't know if medicine works on them or not.
That misses.
Rexius misses again.
Triad.
So he's going to back up a little
Swing
bit
in.
because, man, somebody's got to be able to write the dirge about this whole thing if everybody dies, just in case.
If everybody dies, somebody has to
Run away.
Yep.
tell about it.
Mhm.
It's going to be a really cool song. I mean, not that it's going to happen, obviously.
Okay, Grubble hits it.
Oh. Nice shot, Grubble.
And it falls over. It dies.
That's sad. He killed his old friend.
You. That hits. Whoops, I think I did the wrong thing.
You hit
You
end
hurt.
turn?
You hit Fallen again.
Yeah.
Do what?
He applied your damage to Fallen.
To Triad.
Mhm.
Or Triad, I'm sorry.
I didn't like him anyway.
Okay. Cassius.
That thing's down. There's the choker that's up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's fighting with Triad who's flying, so unless you can climb or something, you won't be able to reach it.
Yeah. Actually,
So has Triad hit it yet?
I hit it, but did no damage.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's see. Well, I've got a reasonable score in scale walls. Yeah. What's it take to switch out weapons?
It will be you will be awkward, or at the end of the round you can do it.
Yeah. Since I don't think I can climb while carrying a big two-handed bastard sword, so.
So press awkward.
Okay, let's see. Awkward. Yep, and I'm going to switch out the bastard sword for my nice dagger, and then I'm going to attempt to climb up the column to where the thing is.
Okay. Roll a scale wall.
Yep.
Or move yourself over. And
Yeah, move over this way and then scale wall.
yeah, I'll let you get up there. Change your altitude to about 15 feet.
Okay, how do I do that?
Right.
Oh, the one with the carrot on it?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And now I can attempt to stab it.
Yep.
Oh, I need to change
Or
my
no,
target.
your climb was. I mean,
My climb was my action.
because that's you're using your hands and stuff.
Hmm. Yep. Carrying my knife in my teeth.
Colmain out. Grubble. You. That hits. Make sure I have the right guy. Okay. That did some damage.
All right.
Cassius.
Yeah, I assume I'm not counting as being behind him here.
Not really. That misses.
Ah. Unfortunate, but not unexpected. Come on.
Then.
I'm clicking in turn and nothing is happening.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
because.
Oh, it's the end of the round.
Yes.
Yeah.
So everybody can, if you want to switch out stances or switch weapons, you can do that. Otherwise, just. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna knock this down 1. It's gonna go down 2. Why? Triad.
Yes, I'm going to attack.
Yes, please kill
Get
it. You're
some.
ruining my arrows.
Oh,
That hits.
maybe. Yeah. All right, to do damage, I click on the damage.
The little formula for damage there.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Hey, not bad.
You wounded it.
I hit it.
Okay, he really can't do anything there. Solace.
I'm gonna go to the restroom. I'm gonna go ahead and roll my miss now. Yep, there it is.
You think if you were a tiny bit more accurate, it would have hit.
No problem.
I will try a medical check. I guess diagnosis is what I need to do first.
Yeah, you can't figure out anything.
Okay, I wasn't sure if they.
Although you do know that he had bought some healing scrolls specifically for himself.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I will then search for one of those to use on him.
So yes, you find a Min Stone
Okay.
scroll.
Is it? Will it be next turn that I use it?
Yes.
All right.
Cassius.
Okay, I'm going to stab this thing with my dagger.
That hits.
Ooh.
And it drops to the ground.
Drop on top of it and squish it.
I think it's already dead.
And I think we are out of combat
Okay.
for now.
What language is the scroll in?
KRZT.
All right, I can read that.
Okay. All right.
So if Cassius and Triad want to come down, they can. Don't worry about making a roll or anything.
Okay.
In a decent, I mean, you're trained to scale walls, so in a normal type situation,
Yeah.
fine. It's kind of in the combat
Yep.
that needed. Yes, if you shot arrows, you can roll your d6s for your arrows.
Oh.
No, only lost one.
But yeah, I will. The next, action would be me mending stone on him.
Okay. So
Is that only earth magic?
yes. Okay.
Solace, would it be helpful if you could copy that into your spell book?
If it's only earth magic, I can't. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to figure that out.
I was looking to see if there was an equivalent for wizards, but I didn't notice it.
He's still not conscious.
But do I?
But
think
you did see like cracks along his skin kind of healed up.
So this doesn't bode well for today, guys. Would we like to go back to the rainbow?
How many of those scrolls did you have? I know you bought multiple ones.
4. I had 4 of them, so he used up 1.
Yeah, I've used one so far. Would you guys like to go back to the sparkly chamber?
Yes, I think that would be a great suggestion.
Okay, how many of us does it take to carry a stone man?
I will cut you some time. When you go back to the entrance you came in, it is closed.
Well, I was thinking of a different route.
Do you do that?
I try.
It doesn't work.
Well, that sucks.
Wow.
Yeah, how much food do we have?
Let's see. How much food do we have?
You entered the test of a devil lord. It's not that easy.
Somebody told me to lead you to a devil lord. Someone, please let me out of this place.
Too late.
Well, At this point in time, I will read another scroll for him because I'm not carrying him.
Okay.
Too bad I'm not a wolf, and there might be some edible parts down here.
So Colmain, give me some coma versus deaths.
Oh,
You use the one that is verse magic. It should say mystic or something along that line.
Versus coma / death mystically healed.
That's what happened. You need 2 out of 3.
A legendary success doesn't.
No, that's for a different game system.
Oh,
okay.
so that's 2 successes, isn't
Yep.
it?
Yep. So now roll. Percentile.
1d1 roll 1d100.
/ roll space 1d100. You can also go to the die on the left hand of the screen and roll it. 45. Minor joint stiffness, -1 pp. So
Ooh.
open up your character sheet. I think you can actually just click where it says physical prowess.
Uh-huh.
Lower it by 1, and then in the notes write -1 pp injury, because those in certain cases might be able to be healed. Very, very
Okay.
rare, but I do want to make sure that if that's available, people don't forget that it happened.
Rexius starts playing the song. Colmain hurt his pee-pee. His pee-pee was never the same.
Still unconscious.
The chokers just seemed to be like they were some type of creature, but the Sarens are large. It has a large warhammer that people did hear when it hit Colmain that last time. Made a very loud thunderclap. So there's something going on with it. The helmet, Sarens themselves do not have horns, but this helmet he is wearing has horns, and he is wearing.
Lehman, can I take some time? And I'm not sure how this skill works, but sense magic.
Sure.
Does that allow me to determine if an item might have magic in it?
Yep.
All right. I'd like to take. I say I can let you know if any of this is magical if you guys give me some time to look at it.
Well, that sounds pretty righteous to me.
Wearing large scale armor. There is the armor itself. There is a different part of it that is protecting the shin. So there is greaves, and as people are looking around, the zombie's right hand is metal. It's not actually flesh or scaly. And Grubble points at it and says, "You can cut off your hand and put it on, and then you got a cool hand."
A cool hand that does what?
It's metal, see?
Yeah,
Yes, but Grubble, is it not a large hand? Is there anyone here it would fit on?
Oh, it should shrink because Gorath got it off of a normal or a big but not so big as him size, and he kind of points at Solace and Colmain and you, like your size. That's what it was to begin with.
So how did he attach it?
He cut it off of Ron Fist's, and he put it on his because he got his hand cut off.
Okay, well, we should stick that in the bag in case somebody loses a hand.
Yeah.
so
I so want to lose a hand.
so can I do non-stress with extra time limit, or
Yeah, that's fine.
Anybody know anything about hunting? I'm going to go over here and look at these chokers and see if there's anything edible in there for the group.
how many rolls should I make?
Five.
You can, whatever order you listed them off in, it's fine
yeah.
by me.
Okay, so you kind of look at all the things. You notice that there is an amulet that seems to be enchanted.
Okay.
The second one, the Warhammer, is definitely magical. It's a large one-handed Warhammer. The greave, the armor is not, but the armor is large scale. But the greaves are magical.
Okay.
And that's what you're able to.
Yeah. So I point out these three I know for certain are magical. The armor, and what was the other thing that was of interest?
The fist.
Oh, I'm not
and
sure the fist is magical.
The helm.
Oh, the helm. So the helm is what I failed on, and the fist.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know about the helm. Grubble seems to think the fist is magical. I don't know that I want to wager anything on it.
Yeah.
I may have the ability to give some food to people, but it will seriously tax my ability to contribute in any other way. Like filling up. Well, actually, I guess we're all a little bit more normal size here. I was thinking of Sir Emery. There's like no way I could feed Sir Emery for it.
I think everybody is either medium or small in this group.
Yeah.
What's the food? How much food do we eat? I forget where that's at.
5 pounds.
Okay.
A normal size is 5 pounds a day, right?
I believe so, yeah. Small is 3 pounds, medium is 5 pounds, small drinking is 1.5 quarts, and medium are 3 quarts.
So the helmet and the armor weren't magical?
The helmet I don't know about. The armor I don't believe is. And the hand, even though Grubble says it is, I'm not sensing
Well,
it.
you actually know about the armor because the greaves were attached to it, but only the greaves.
Okay.
You only sense magic from the part.
Gotcha. So yeah, the armor's not magical.
What are we going to do with the armor?
It's for a large-sized person.
Well, if we're not going to use it, we can just set it by the entryway. Take it
Or-
on our way out.
Or Colmain can eat it.
Yeah. I can absorb it as food.
Okay.
Pretty pricey food. You have an expensive taste, my friend.
Well, I've got raw metal as food, but if we're not going to do anything with it, I might as well save my rations and eat that.
Yep.
Lehman, could I wear the greaves without absorbing them?
No, and they would be way too big for you. It's a very large, and you're medium.
Okay. Being
That would be Sir Emery.
being magical, they wouldn't readjust.
Nope.
I think Ceremony is very large. So these
Yeah,
be a little.
they would be small for him, and they're big for everybody else. I don't even know if anybody has a large character.
I mean, now would the Warhammer work?
The Warhammer would not, because, well, you could use it, you just would not gain
Okay.
weapon
so then no.
proficiency. You would be able to use your hand-to-hand proficiency stuff, but not the weapon.
Oh yeah, that hammer would be like a hand load for Sir Emery.
It would be like a tack hammer for him,
Yeah.
because it is a one-handed hammer. It's not, a big two-handed hammer.
Mhm. Yeah.
What about me? Would it be a two-handed weapon for me?
It would be like a hand and a half, but again, if you're using anything that is not your size as a weapon, you do not gain the weapon proficiency. Or you can use, if you're in a hand-to-hand stance, you get to use those bonuses, but not any weapon proficiency. Because it's not just like the handle itself is, or, the haft, whatever,
Right.
is a different size than what would fit your category.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't know if somebody wants to drag this stuff along as we're going.
Yeah.
Grubble, do we want to put your friend in the corner and perhaps burn him or something as a means of putting him to rest?
Oh, well, we get through, I'd like to try to take their bodies back to Falcrest.
Okay,
Okay.
we don't know what's going to happen when we get through. I mean, this place is blocking magical exit.
Right. But if we
Okay,
can, we can. If not, then
so
I know what happened.
we can drag them over to the corner and put him in a respectful, like, posture,
What corner?
just like over here, just out of the main traffic and stuff like that, to where he'll just.
How far away is the entrance? You.
It's about yay far. You just came here from it.
Okay, yeah.
Like 150
Like,
feet.
because I thought that was a good idea of you.
I thought we could place things towards the entrance and pick them up on our way out.
Okay.
Yeah.
As
Well,
long as it's blocked, nobody's coming in.
Right. I don't know if other people are coming in or if we even get to backtrack once we move on.
I mean, yeah, who'd be dumb enough to go into some place called the Well of
If
Hell?
we go out
So
another exit, we come in from the spire.
Here is what will happen if people are taking items. They need to write down the items. Anything else going on corpse.
I will, if nobody else did, I will go ahead and I don't know if it matters, but I'll surgically remove the hand.
Okay.
Cool. That's pretty righteous.
Are you carrying it?
I will put it in my bag. It's bronze.
It looked steel, but you cut it off and then it changed to be bronze.
Okay.
Okay. Oh. It needs the iron in the hemoglobin to look like steel, otherwise.
Oh, sorry, it looked like iron, and then it switched.
Okay. So I put that in there. I can't carry the greaves or the helmet or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
Is
is
it?
anybody doing anything with the amulet?
Oh, I forgot about the amulet. Is it so? Is there a way? There's not a way through skills to determine what things do. You just put it on.
Either using it, being told what it is, or something like object read.
Don't have those. So, I mean, he was wearing it. So, Grubble, do you remember what the pendant did?
No.
But was he wearing it before he was what he was now?
All right.
Yes, this is the same stuff that he was.
Okay. So one
Okay.
would assume that it was somewhat beneficial for him.
He
Actually-
liked to headbutt things with the helmet.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Actually, if you want, I can do a quick object reading on the amulet.
Oh, well, then that would probably give us answers. You might want to do that on the helmet, too.
Yeah. I don't have a. We'll see. I'm not that good at it, but. All right. So, how do I do the psionic thing? It's been a while.
Object reading.
Yep.
You touch it, it takes a round, it costs 3 ISP.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So spend your 3 ISP, and the amulet is an amulet of health. Simply wearing it grants you a +1 voice versus poison.
Okay. All right. Bonus versus poison. Anyone need this or?
Anybody that can be poisoned, I would.
Anybody that can be poisoned during the devil trial.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say that I don't have any particular immunities or protection from poison.
Yeah.
I don't think
I would think it should probably. What's it made out of, Lehman?
It's made out of something like amber.
So will
Okay.
your body absorb this, Colmain?
I don't think I really have to worry that much about poison.
Okay. Well, somebody who's going to be standing in front of me, I would vote that they can have it.
Yeah.
For at least for the trials. We can figure things out after the trials.
Okay. Let's see. Who's more likely to be in front?
Not an archer.
Yeah.
Well, since I'm a squire sworn to protect Sir Emery, I will be in front.
Wait.
For Emery?
Wait,
Or
you just put a qualifier on who you're going to protect?
The guy
That's
that's
why I'm
not
here.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, I would like it to go to somebody who's going to protect everybody and not just Sir Emery.
Yeah, all right.
Protect everybody since Sir Emery's not here.
Oh, okay. I totally misunderstood what you said. Your words kind of had me worried. So
Alright.
Nothing to
before,
worry about.
my glow of daylight would be gone by now.
So Cassius, you're gonna check out the helmet too?
Sure, I'll check out the helmet.
I can't delete it, Lehman, but the glow of
Yeah.
daylight would be gone.
All right, I just took off the ISP for object reading on the helmet.
Okay. It's a horned helm. It doesn't give you an extra attack, but it will give you a natural horn attack that you could use if, say, your arms or something were restrained.
Okay.
But it is also large.
Yes,
Yes.
it is large.
Yep.
All right. Well, we make a respectful pile near the door as you suggested, and we prepare to move on.
Was there anything edible from the chokers?
Does anybody have hunting?
Yes.
Let's see.
You could probably get
No.
10 pounds of meat off of each of them.
Okay. So, if I take my time while he was magicking, how long does it take me to do this? And what are my odds of success?
You would just succeed if you're trained in
Okay.
it. It's not something too strange or different. It's not like they have poison glands that if you rupture, you get it or anything. They took a while to do the sense magic and a couple of object readings.
Yeah, well.
Okay. So
So,
there
do you
is
have time to cook up your meat, or do you want to pick it with us raw?
I mean, it travels better cooked, I guess.
I'll cook it up while they're dragging the corpse and stuff to the front door.
I do make sure Colmain is aware that I had to use 2 of his scrolls to bring him.
Yep, marked them off.
You can do that, but it would probably take quite a few torches or other things. You don't really see any wood in here for kindling.
Right, so raw meat it is.
Lehman,
Yes,
now will I heal up naturally?
if you make it, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so there is a deep hole in this room down to the southeast and 2 tunnels leading off.
Yeah. All right.
We'll be eating choker tartare, it sounds like.
Yeah, do we want to rest a little first?
Stop.
I would like to rest some.
Yeah,
Oh!
Oh,
Comes
what?
out of the well. Tentacles.
Are they that big?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is the well from hell.
What well are you talking about?
Well, the well is
That one.
down here where you can't see.
Okay.
Well, hitting this thing's not going to be a problem.
That is the giant pizza.
Okay.
So,
So,
let's all go into combat.
I wasn't.
Oh, I was so not expecting that.
No.
It's like nobody would get on the edge. I was like waiting and waiting. That's why I asked, what corner are you dragging the body to?
The wall thing. Okay.
Ooh.
Wall thing. You make my heart sing. You make everything. Oh.
Rexius, we will sing about this great fight together when we're done.
Oh,
Some other, yeah, okay. Be sure to add yourself.
Yeah, sorry.
I cast fear on myself.
Forgot to select. There we go. There we go.
Lehman, for the future reference, I'm
Yep.
just gonna roll. I will not look at my numbers, so you have to tell me if I hit and need to roll again.
Okay.
That's what's taking me longer to get to end turn. So if you just tell me and I'll roll damage if I need to,
Okay.
it'll speed me up a little bit.
So if you're gonna shoot at it, you can try to shoot at it.
Yeah, can you see
Something
it?
about me?
Can you see it on the edge of my light?
No.
Oh no, he can't. Wow.
I said I don't see anything.
Yeah.
What? Well, there's no well.
I think you just fire blindly to the southeast corner and you can't miss it.
I guess I can move forward, but it still won't move the light.
I
It'll
don't.
just move the archer closer to the bad thing. No,
Yeah,
I'm not doing it.
I don't
Okay.
think you want to move forward.
So are you just staying there going, what? What? Somebody tell me.
That didn't work well. So that would be in turn.
Okay, Triad. You probably also don't see
No, I
anything.
don't.
So if you're also shocked and confused, or you can move. You want to move within the light?
Yeah. All right. In turn.
Cassius.
Okay. Survival instinct says stab it and run. Oh, that's right. I need to target something.
I wonder what I didn't push right to get on the initiative.
Did
Oh, well.
you
Maybe-
right click and then do the cross swords shield?
Maybe, yeah, I didn't do that. So that's a big deal.
Put yourself. Click that.
Okay.
Okay. That would have.
But, ooh, it was actually a 12. So
Okay. After
oh, close.
after
I
this, we'll
actually-
go to you.
Badass.
Okay, so let's see. A 10 hits.
10 hits.
I don't need to go next. I can wait till it gets to me.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of damage for this sword.
That border looks familiar.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try to run away.
Hold on, because Oh yeah, you hit it. Never mind. Yeah, you want to
Yes.
run away.
Yes, I hit it, and now I'm running. Okay, that is. Yeah, I've got a speed of 90 feet, so yeah, that's like. All right.
And then go ahead and just don't click next. Do Rexius. Rexius, go
Okay.
ahead.
All right.
All right. Let's shoot this thing.
That hits.
Holy smokes!
Okay, that does some
Yeah.
damage.
Uh.
And then Colmain. It's just like bloop right into it.
Oh, I see that.
It's
I
like,
see it now.
yeah. Um,
That hits. That did a bunch.
Wow.
If you want, you can pass it to the next person. Solace.
Yeah.
Is that where you want it?
Yeah, like right at the edge of it, so that they, in case something happens to Colmain, they have another source of light. And level 2 again.
Yeah.
There's some kind of modifier to hit it because it's so big.
It just doesn't have a super high
Defense.
armor rating, even though I mean it is slimy and made of strong stuff, but it's not going to be able to dodge or parry or anything like that. So that should make most people be able to see part. At least.
Guys, I don't think we want to eat that.
Alright. Sorry, I'm moving. It's turn.
Okay, Colmain is right there. That is not going to hit. Trouble. He hits a little bit. Rexius.
Enter. Because I shot the tongue last time.
Oh, okay. So you that misses, or it hits and but doesn't do damage.
Okay.
Cassius.
Okay. I did a little bit of running, and let's see. I don't think I can get back to where it is. Wait, I don't need to right click. I need to. Yeah, I can get. Let's see. Trying to make sure I get. Okay, there we go. That's as far as I can get back to where I did.
Okay. Colmain.
Dun, dun, dun. Well, probably not.
If you had cut off your hand and put a bronze fist on it, might something better.
We don't even know if that would fit him, and he wouldn't just eat it. His hand slowly turns back to normal.
Okay, that was the end of the round, so everybody can, if you want to switch weapons, switch stances, and
What really would have happened was you would have turned into
an
a
initiative.
Damn, I'm good at rolling this shit.
One. Cassius.
Yeah. Does this thing have something that looks like an actual back I can get a critical stab from behind on?
No, this thing is just. It looks like just tentacles coming out from the well, like its body is still in that well.
Okay.
We need to seal the well.
I guess I will go over here and stab it.
Okay.
I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Other than the fact that I've got a column between me and it, so I need to move over here so I can actually see it. Wow. Okay.
That hits.
All right. Not a whole lot of damage, but well. It adds up. It adds up.
Trouble. Colmain did the most damage. Oh, that's gonna miss. Triad.
Yeah. Um, hold on. Gotta see how far I can move. Oh yeah. Whoop. There we go. And attack. Oh, nice.
2 damage. Okay.
I could do.
Done, pass it along.
Oh, yep. Sorry. I was amazed by my crit.
That hits. And this is never mind. Okay. Solace.
Yeah. Guys, I'm really wishing that somebody would have had like a fire spell or something they could have taught me. I don't.
No, but I have a great mandolin.
Because I'm like, I'm really looking at the stuff that I learned, and I guess I can try to put it to sleep. I don't
Does the
know.
mandolin burn?
The mandolin. Yeah, can I borrow your mandolin? I can animate it and have it attack it, maybe.
For that, I can give you the loot.
I guess I'm just gonna do a level 1 Cloud of Slumber in the back of it,
Okay.
just to see if it can be affected by it. I'll put it over the actual where the well is.
Solace, you have a sword?
Do I have a sword?
Well, if you carry a sword and you animate it, it can attack.
Yeah, no, I don't, because swords are heavy.
An extra sword on my back.
Oh, well, maybe I can. Actually, Lehman can animated objects attack because the spell doesn't say anything about that.
I would have to look at it and figure it out.
Okay.
I mean, it seems like kind of.
Well,
Oh, oh.
it just doesn't. It says I can move them around. It doesn't necessarily say that I can make them attack.
So you need like a cannonball.
Yeah. So
Look, according to the movie Bedknobs and Broomsticks, yes, that spell does cause the objects to attack.
There you go.
Of course, how else would you get armor marching around? Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
All right. I think I am just going to save some of my rapidly depleting spell points.
Okay.
Rexius.
The bad guy missing
That
again,
hits.
but not quite missing this time.
Your flute man. Ooh, we almost got the tentacles dead.
No, you've almost pissed them off.
Yeah.
I think when that bar goes away.
Oh, like I said, the tentacles part.
Yeah. When that part goes away, I think it comes up out of the well.
I think so too.
Does that miss?
That misses, yep.
Okay.
Cassius.
All right. I will take another stab at it.
That is going to miss.
I figured.
Oh, no, sorry, that hits.
Oh, that hit? Cool. All right. Reasonable damage. Oh, is it wounded? Is it wounded? Or did I just clear the checkpoints?
Whoa!
Oh.
Into the yellow.
Aha.
Is it good or bad?
That means that the second bar is a lot smaller than the first bar.
Well, if you remember, your second bar is your hit point, or your
Hit
hit points
points.
are your PE.
Yep.
Now it's just pissed off.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You
You finish them.
hit.
Okay.
I leave it for Colmain to finish. Oh no, he disappeared.
You hit it, and the tentacles flail a little bit, and then they
Suck back in.
at first start sliding down back into that hole, and then you hear a
Anybody want to peek into the well, see what happened?
Oh, damn it. He took my arrow.
So yes, those of you who shot arrows and bolts, you can roll for your arrows and bolts. And there is a cloud above the hole.
Yeah, I'm thinking that probably would not be a good idea to breathe that stuff.
Is that,
Well,
my,
somebody's got the amulet of.
is that my cloud, Lehman?
Yeah, that's your cloud.
It's 4 rounds or whatever the base level is. Sorry, 2 rounds.
Right at the rate we're going, I'm going to run out of arrows before I run out of food.
Yeah.
I need to rest up.
But we don't have the time for you to rest up. We're in a challenge.
We're what?
We're in a challenge.
We're in a test.
I mean, it's going to take you days to heal, right? Weeks. We definitely don't have enough food for that. All right. So before this goes away, which I will move the daylight down.
Okay.
I have to kind of follow after.
You roll 1d6. If it's an arrow, a 1 or a 6 loses it. If it's a knife, I think a 6 loses it.
Correct.
Let's say it again.
Well, sorry, no. You're inside, so you're only worrying about breaking, not about losing. So
Okay.
it should be only on a 6. Bolts and arrows. So if you rolled any 1s, you actually get those back.
Well, I will put those back in my character.
All right. The cloud of slumber would be gone now, Lehman.
So if you do that, if you click the where it says total equals 19, you'll look. None of those were 6, so you gain all your bolts back.
Sweet.
Yeah.
There is a door to the east. South looks like more tunnel. No, I moved it that time without doing keys. So there's a door east of us, and south of us is more tunnels. Do we want to go east?
Sure. Let's check, see what's behind
Yeah,
door
check the
number
door.
1.
Rexius, you want to stand
If
back
you
there?
have ISP or magic points, you gain 2.
Okay. Hey, I actually used those things for once.
Yeah. I'll come on. Oh, look, there's a door up there.
Very good.
All right. I suppose I can check to see if the door's locked, if everyone's ready.
As ready as we'll be.
Yep.
Door does not appear to be locked. Uh-oh. And I accidentally closed the door trying to
Close
move
it and
through it.
lock it so we don't have to go through it.
Okay, hold on. From the darkness ahead, you see the vague outline of
Okay.
red eyes and glistening fangs.
Hold on, let me write this down, guys. This is good stuff.
Come back through the door. We went wrong.
And you hear the echoes of some half bark, half laugh that sounds both humorous and eerily crazy at the same time.
Okay. So this is where we get attacked by hyenas. Awesome.
The hyenas.
So everybody can roll initiative, or actually, let me get the initiative combat thing going. And yes, once you add yourself to the combat tracker, you can click initiative.
Hyenas.
Somebody scared. They closed the door, locked 2 of our people in.
How many 11s have I rolled?
Whoa, there's a lot of bad guys. I'm hearing a lot of bad guys.
Oh.
So everybody, 4.
Did it not put me on there?
4. It doesn't look like it.
I clicked the thing. Do I have to re-roll initiative, or?
It should be up there. Did you roll a 12?
Yes, I did.
Cassius.
Oh boy. Oh. This looks like time to reach from the Dove, Leroy. Head up here and stab that first hyena.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull back and make a choke point at the door, but no, we're not
That's
gonna
what
do
I
that.
thought too.
But I think what we're gonna do is die instead.
That hits.
Okay. Reasonable damage. I can't roll much higher than that without critting, so. Right.
Oh man, I have to roll. Now I have to roll about the fall of Cassius.
Cassius, do you look reasonably tough?
I'm a kobold in, let's see, some kind of leather armor. Yeah. I appear to know how to handle the sword I'm using.
Yes, there's just been several situations that you guys have made things really complicated for me. Some really hard moral decisions.
Uh,
What's a hard moral decision? To close the door or not to close the door?
That might be the case.
These two hyenas both miss you.
Oh, good.
Solace.
Oh.
Do I think you can pass through a wall of thorns without dying? The armor does help.
Yeah.
How high are the ceilings there?
20 feet.
20.
In the hallway too? Okay, just checking. Because you wouldn't be able to climb over it.
So what were you doing, Solace?
Thinking.
I'm
He's doing math.
I'm not. I'm doing moral equations.
Moral equations.
Yeah, we're hurt. There's a lot of things. You charge forward. You keep charging forward. Why does everybody keep rushing blindly into the darkness?
Because I can see in it.
Yes, but the rest of us can't.
I will not. I'm gonna pull back, guys. Let's see if we can pull back. I could have blocked the corridor and kept them from coming at us easily, but pull back. All right, I'm done.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I can move this thing.
How far back to go?
I think the moment is gone, unfortunately, because now they're going to go a bunch before I get to go again.
Triad.
I'm going to come up here and guard the door.
That's going to hit armor. For Cassius.
You said it's going to hit armor?
Yes.
Okay. I've got auto dodge, so I might as well use it. Second. Okay. Oh, come on. Where's the button? There's the button.
That dodges.
Okay.
Colmain.
It's just like a heavy tootling sigh.
That hits.
Oh, it hits?
Yep. These are just normal hyenas. They're not like crazy stuff. Whoops. You wounded it.
What are you doing? What are you doing, Rotten Kitty?
You're done. You can pass it.
Yeah. Aye. Kitty cat in the lap.
These are pack attacking. That one is going to hit Cassius.
Okay, I will dodge again.
That dodges.
All right.
Rexius.
All right. Gonna step to here, I think, leaving enough room for folks to get through that door. And like maybe this dude here, he can maybe get a beat on through the doorway.
Okay.
And we're gonna go. Choo!
That hits.
Yeah. All right. This is how it's done. Yeah. Hit things.
Yeah.
If we're gonna win this fight, we're gonna have to start hitting things.
Yep.
And pass it along. Did some damage.
Oh.
It's kind of wobbling. You
will shoot at this guy.
okay? That hits. Okay. Cassius.
All right. I am going to stab the guy who stabbed before. Not like that.
That actually missed. Or it did not slice through its fur.
Yep. Like I said, not like that.
That is going to hit you.
I dodge.
That dodges. The other one's going to try. So that's going to hit. You dodged.
Yep.
Solace. They are moving forward,
No.
not back.
I know.
Oh,
I don't-
sorry, it went
I-
past you.
Yeah.
Can't do anything.
Oh yeah, I sighed when the second one moved forward.
Wounded one. Misses. Colmain.
I'm gonna try and take out the wounded one.
Okay. You took out the wounded one. Moved.
No, get out of there.
Ooh, this one is going to hurt against Cassius. And
Yep. That's gonna hurt.
And you are wounded as it just grabs your neck, shakes.
Yeah.
Rexius.
Nope, not Rexius.
Does
Oh,
Rexius
yeah,
have
sorry. You.
Okay, you shoot. Same guy.
Yep, that's gonna miss.
Okay, then. End of round.
They can't go. They can't go. Okay, so switch out and do your initiatives.
Oh. Yeah, I have this funny feeling I'm going dead last.
Your
Did-
thoughts do not make it so.
Okay. All right. I think I read the number wrong. That's odd.
No, that all fits. Your roll plus and minus.
Okay.
So Triad.
Triad guards the door, yelling, "Come back through the door! The wizard has something planned, I think."
Unfortunately, the wizard goes right after you. So, Lehman, first time casting this spell.
Okay.
I need to understand how placing works. Can I place it on creatures?
No, you can't use it to like drop.
So
on
I
somebody.
will. Okay, so I'm going to fill this area in between the hyenas and whatever that is
Okay.
with a wall of thorns.
Okay.
I'm like having trouble even moving myself right now. Huh, is that a one-way door?
Mm-hmm.
I did it. I can't see back out the door is why I was asking if it's a one-way door. It's weird.
Oh. It might just be you because I.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. I'm having issues selecting things right now. I guess I'm having lag of some kind. Everything's back for me.
So I don't have a thing that looks like thorns, so I just
You're good.
did a web. I figured that was.
Yep. It works, and I did it at level 2, so it will last for
So put
20
that
rounds.
counter on you because I don't think I can
Okay.
do it on.
Let me take away the magic points. All right, walking through this again. I click on one, and I want to left click first.
So the first thing you do is just give yourself at least a 1. Now you hold down Control and left click, and that should give you the. Yep.
All right.
No,
Okay.
no.
Rexius.
Oh no. I guess he's going to advance to here, right next to the door.
If you didn't hear, that spiderweb looking thing is a wall of thorns I created.
Okay. It's gonna shoot at one of these. I think this hyena here. I think.
Okay.
And here comes his nearly useless shot.
Wow.
Yeah.
You called
Yep.
that.
Yep.
It was very nearly useless. It could have only been one lower to be completely useless.
That's what I do.
This Hyenid comes around the corner. It's very, very large and swings a large sword at Colmain. Smacks him pretty solid, but Colmain's stone skin just barely deflects. That won't go there. Cassius.
Okay, I'm going to try to finish stabbing this thing I've been stabbing.
Well, that'll do it.
Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully that'll do it. Right. Next up. Oh, another Hyenid. Yay. That's a lot of attacks.
Let's see what this guy.
Oh, that.
You hear the sound of a axe hitting thorn bushes.
Are these guys wearing full suits of heavy armor?
The one that you see here is.
Okay. I just didn't know the one that I blocked off because if they're cutting their way through, they take damage unless they're wearing full suits of heavy
Right.
armor.
Yep. They seem to be. These seem to be wearing something like scale or plate and chain. This one was wearing some type of chain.
Alrighty.
Mm.
Well, there's only two, so it's not doing the pack attack. You will get hit. You will get hit.
Yeah.
Colmain.
Not dead yet.
Going after that one. Hyenid. Or not.
It'll hit armor. Does a little armor. You.
Same target.
That hits. Okay. And this one is. That's gonna hit Cassius.
Yeah. Right. Oh. Yep, that's gonna hit. And Cassius is gonna take a nap.
Cassius falls to the ground. You got Colmain.
Is Grubble playing?
Oh, yeah. He would be used to people with tactics. So he is back here by the door.
Okay.
Colmain, you will be hit.
Perry?
Attempt. Nope. And Colmain,
So I did dodge then.
you didn't dodge or parry.
Chop wood. No.
Solace, do you have any? Probably don't have anything left.
Nope.
Nope. You did not get wounded.
No, there's another one.
You.
Same as before.
Now that one misses. That one attacks Solace. And Solace drops to the ground.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, in the middle is not working right now.
Let me. He doesn't quite get to you. He ran out of movement right there. And let's go ahead and let's pause here.
Okay.
We're at night.
Yeah.
Yes.
The bad guys rushing right at the bard. Nice.
Yep.
We'll start at round 3.
Yep.
At the next session where everybody's here to watch all their characters die.
Awesome.
Ow.
I will stop recording.